This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Gonna try that again. I have had a cup of coffee. No, not funny. I thought it was funny. Whatever, dude. In the background, being all judgy. Oh, no. Content here is designed for little people. You know who you are. You know exactly who you are. Hey, everybody. Hope that you are doing well. I'm probably going to say some weird things tonight. And because I just downed a cup of hot, black, bitter coffee. No sugar, by the way. Did you know that I am pre-diabetic and I have not had sweets in 18 days now? And I wore size 34 pants to work the other day. Been a minute since I've done that, but I did. And yeah, I would say that things are going really, really well. I've been hitting the gym 4 times a week, treadmill, weights, eating grilled chicken and broccoli. Hey, it's working. It's pretty dang good. So we're changing the channel. We're rebranding. We're gonna do health and fitness from here on out. No, not funny. Still not funny. Okay. All right. I'm really trying here. Okay. Hey, everybody. How we doing? So want to give a warm welcome to the people that I saw in the live stream chat. One Punch Man, Brandon the Anime Guy. We are streaming on Saturdays occasionally. We pushed Thursday's show to Saturday because I had a football game. So that's why we're streaming tonight. But hey, better late than never. Light Trail Pictures, Felix Kiros, Ted's Nerd World, Rogue Sarge, Jedi Master Lawrence, Brian Bring, Karen Owen, Steve Allardyce, Donovan Bradford, Josh from Detroit, Celtic Nation, Mr. Cheap Chips, 11 Evil X's. Nick, is that you? Nick? I'm kidding. I know who you are, 11 Evil X's, but Nick does have like 11 Evil X's. Stormweaver, John Graber, Space Jockey, OG, Eldritch, Lord Haster, good to see you, old friend. Not There, 0001, Darth Maul's lower half, Venger, Runt 21, Debbie Young, Star Wars Mom, John Riley, Andrew Wall, Brian W., quite refreshing, Andrew Wall, Vincent Breeden, Boy, and Jet Sparks 373. Very warm welcome to Echo Base Network here. Yes, that's right. I said Echo Base Network. What is going on around here? We're streaming on Saturday and we're running the old videos and we've updated the pre-show with the most current member. Anyways, that was my Macaulay Culkin face. All right. No funny chipmunk jokes either. Okay. Hey, our weekly Thursday or Saturday night live stream. We're very glad that you guys are here to join us. We have a lot of things to discuss. Why, Coach? Why what? Oh, the no. Why what? Ahoy, everyone. Live the nostalgia. Love the nostalgia. Hey, from the once EBN merch store that only me and Risman bought things from. Well, Debbie did too. But yes, hey, this is a one of one right here, worth a lot of money. I will tell you that. A very badly designed Bumblebee. Look at it. He's like right in front of the logo. I thought it looked good, and then it came on the t-shirt. I mean, I still think it looks good. Whatever. My like button does not work. Star Wars Mom. Muy malo. No. Oh. Boy, what is going on? Spurg out, Coach. I've been diabetic for years. I'm working on it not being. I am diabetic. Do the best you can, brother, to avoid. I am. My A1C level was 6.3, and it's 6.5 is diabetes, or as we say here in Alabama, diabetes. Anyways, yeah, gotcha. He's laughing. That got him. You weren't expecting a little, yeah. Let's see. Coach is going to start doing workout vlogs. I do post pictures occasionally. I do post pictures. Not a vlog. Thank you, Vincent. Appreciate that very much. JetSparks373, what is up? Todd Vandersis, what is going on? Good to see you. Greetings from Australia. Hello, Steve. Let's see. You're not funny, coach. And you don't know how to spell you are, James. See? Bang, bang. Bang. That was the coffee, James. That was the coffee. I am funny. I am a very funny person. Hopefully Tron Ares is sick. I loved Legacy. Wait, you want him to be sick? No? Oh, that kind of sick. Like dope. Like Belle Biv DeVoe dope. That girl's dope. Dope. Anybody? 1991, Belle Biv DeVoe. Anybody? Bunch of white people. So we're back being a Star Wars channel.
N-O, no, 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 no.
This is for my friend the DA. John Graber says, so we're back to being a Star Wars channel, and here's my response.
N-O, no, 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 no.
Yes. That is not happening. Whatever. Don't you whatever, Risman. Don't you do that. All right. Let's bring these guys in and I can actually like say something coherent. So, all right. Give me a 1 or a 2 in chat, everybody. Give me a 1 or a 2. And the first number I see is the first person I bring in. Who are we going to be? Somebody? Anybody? Waiting? This is going to be funny if nobody posts a number. Hey, John Riley. Followed the directions perfectly. John, you asshat. That is not what I meant. 1. Thank you, Vincent. 1. Bringing in the first person that was here. Number 1 in our hearts. You.
So I have to tell you, on Star Wars Mom's point, there is an issue going on with YouTube and iPad.
They're still trying to hold us down.
No, they you can't click like or dislike. That whole row is you can't on a live stream. You can't click it. You can only click it when it's not live, and it just started.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah. Our irony there. We go live and you can't like it. Yeah, I see what you do in YouTube. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. All right. So, man, he came back. The next person that I'm bringing in, number 2, he just stepped away and I just saw his chair and I was going to just have his chair up like Dr. Evil. But he is now back. So let's bring him in. I am very happy. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. So, and Nick will be fashionably late as usual. He texted me right before the show, asking me to hold off the pre-show till the top of the hour. And I didn't see that until it was too late. So anyways, that's how we roll here. And we might be joined by Knee Pain as well too. But hey, let's bring him in. The one, the only Ice Cube.
Cube, huh? I like that. Yeah, I can go with that. I can rock with that.
Yes.
What's up, y'all?
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. So you just had a Mr. Michael Havens on join you for a live stream. So tell us how that went.
Yeah, that was great, man. Michael Havens, you guys, everybody knows him here. I don't need to.
No, everybody don't.
Okay.
Most
do,
though.
If you guys have gone to the Echo-based meetups and you have gone to ICC Con, I don't know how many C's. It's 3 C's?
ICC Con.
ICC Con. Michael Havens runs it. All right. It's his baby. He's the guy that put it all together. One of the biggest fan-ran conventions anywhere. And it is an amazing time. I'm looking forward to going back when you guys are going in June, right? You guys are back? Okay, I'll be there. And yeah,
Thursday night at the Barcade.
Oh yeah, it's a different spot, huh? It's in Murfreesboro.
So we're doing it's the new tradition. Like it starts on Friday, but Thursday night we will be at the Barcade.
Gotcha.
And then we wake up the next day and
whatever it's called, yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk to Mike about maybe starting a convention of my own. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah, because I'm kind of, out here on the West Coast, I'm starting to see people getting frozen out of doing panels, things like that. And I just wanted to start something of my own. So I actually just brought Mike on just to chop it up and talk to him and see, hey, how would a person like myself go about starting his own convention, bringing my community and other communities like mine together. Yeah. We could just hang out. It could just be a meetup, or it could be something bigger than a meetup. Who knows? But yeah, I just want to get the ball rolling on that. And then, there's a lot of conversation about that right now from guys like Film Threat with Chris Gore, Gary from Nerd Erotic. They're trying to put something together because Chris Gore got frozen out at LA Comic-Con. He wasn't allowed to do a panel. And this is the second year in the past. Yeah. Yeah. And he got frozen out at WonderCon last year, which is a big, that's connected to San Diego Comic-Con. Although he did do a San Diego Comic-Con panel. I guess they were okay with that. But yeah, so I'm like, you know what? It's time I think that we get our own cons. That's basically why I brought Mike on, just to talk to him, see if I could pick his brain a little bit and, discover, some ideas for myself. Other than that, I will be at Icon or ICC Con. I'm not sure how to say it, whichever the way's the right way, but I will be there this July, June. Just to kind of hang out. Oh, I'm sorry, June, my bad. Just to hang out with you guys, and then also, hang out with Mike a little bit. I might volunteer some to just, get a peek behind the scenes, like John Graber's always running around, doing different things. So that's the plan for right now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys come June. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. That sounds great. Richmond, any comments there?
No, I'm with Derek on this. I know from Chris Gore, who I follow also, he was more than a little upset, not being able to do his thing at LA Comic-Con. And by the way, his thing is not at all controversial, right? His thing is representing and trying to bring, exposure to indie filmmakers. And so it's not like his panels have any controversy to them. I mean, I've seen replays of his panels, right? He is not even there for himself, right? He's there as a moderator, much like RMB does, right? To bring exposure to other folks. And on this point, I think LA Comic-Con, they decided he was, persona non grata at this point, just because of maybe the way they view him, his associations, and some of his things that has nothing at all to do with anything, whether I believe that's right, wrong, or indifferent. He should be allowed, as anyone should be, to come, especially if you've been there for so long, to do your thing. So, yeah.
He was there during the time when it was Stan Lee's Kamikaze.
Yeah.
That was the original name of LA Comic-Con. It was Stan Lee's Kamikaze, and he's done the exact same bit there at that time that he's trying to do now. Again, it's just, like you said, Risman, he's just trying to give some exposure to filmmakers that are trying to jump into the game, and it's nothing like, oh, we're here to talk politics and we're here to talk social problems and all. It's like, no, we're just here to hang out and talk to filmmakers and get it done. And I'm like, what's wrong with this? This is crazy. So I'm glad.
There's no agenda to it at all.
Well, it's just like, and then I brought it up, with Havens, Michael Havens, from a certain individual that came to last year's or this previous.
I wonder who you mean.
Yeah. I told him I wasn't going to bring up the name, and he didn't bring up the name. But you guys know it's theory. And, just like everybody was trying to, we can't have this guy here. We got to freeze him out. We got to keep him out. And it's like, why? He sells really lightsabers. Like
12 angry people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they just kept on and on and on,
And the crazy thing is, like Mike says, there's 70,000 other feet of convention you can hang out in. You don't have to go to his booth. You don't have to be around him. You don't have to go to Chris Gore's panel. You don't have to be around him. You could just, hey, I'm just going to do my own thing over here. And that's fine. I just don't get it. I don't get why people are trying to freeze other people out or trying to cancel them or keep them out of conventions. So I think it's, like I said, it's time for me to start something of my own. And even if it's tiny and small and it's just for my supporters, at least I know I can't be canceled from my own thing, so that's how I look at it.
Absolutely. I saw some really funny social media posts of that Star Wars girl and some other people in attendance at LA Comic-Con at some of those.
Oh, yeah. With Dante from Verbal Riot.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And showing the panels that they had. I mean, there was like more
And
panelists
nobody's
than
there.
there were. Yeah, there was more panelists. There was more people up on the stage running the panel than there were audience members. It was crazy. Chris Gore packs his out. Every convention, packed house. So, and I don't know. I'm just glad that I'm just glad that people are now moving in the direction of doing independent things, having our own stuff. It's the same thing when it comes to entertainment, man. It's time that we start moving in a direction where it's about like if Star Wars and Marvel and Star Trek are going to abandon their audiences that built them up, if they're going to abandon them, then it's time we start doing something different. That's how I look at it.
Absolutely. Well said. Well, we've got some member chats and super chats here that we want to hit real quick, and then we're going to jump right into our very first topic, everybody. Jedi Master Lawrence has gifted 10 Echo Base Network memberships, so we want to say welcome aboard to all of the new members. If you received one of those free gifted memberships, please give her a big thank you. Brian Bring, Karen Owen, Steve Allardyce, Donovan Bradford, Josh from Detroit, Celtic Nation, Mr. Cheap Chips, and 11 Evil X's. Oh, yeah, and there's one more. Nick EBN. You also received one of those free EBN memberships.
Nice.
So welcome to you too, I guess. But thank you, Erica, for sending that. That is very gracious of you. We really appreciate it. Welcome aboard to all of the new members on Erica's behalf, Jedi Master Lawrence, who also sent in a $2 super chat, working on getting to ICC. My dad said, go. That is awesome. We are very excited that she's going to be going and hanging out with everybody as well. So terrific. The EBN family will be looking forward to seeing you there for sure. Rogue Sarge with a big $19.99 super chat. One of the members that supports so many of us and a good friend of ours, Rogue Sarge. He is totally toxic masculinity personified.
All day, man. Nobody more toxic than him, man.
Yes, exactly right. Thank you so much, Rogue Sarge. We appreciate you, bro. And then Debbie Young gifted 5 Echo Base Network memberships. So that is 15 new members. If you received one of the memberships from Debbie, from Mama Bear, please give her a big thank you as well. We're going to go ahead and play this little clip for everybody. This is a throwback clip. I know you will love it. All right, let's roll the dice and see if he's here.
What up?
Oh, man. I am here. Let me get you up here where you belong. There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
I literally
Switching everybody around. There we go.
Coach at 6:30. I was like, dude,
6:34.
I was like, start it like right at 7. Because I'm like cooking, I need like extra 10 minutes, and it's actually not even done. But I looked at the time when he texted me a minute ago. I was like, "Dang, it's already like 15 after." So I was like, "Hell, it's in the oven." I was like, "I'll just jump on. I'll go check on it here in a minute."
Brother, I can say with complete confidence, there's not a single person here that anticipated you being here on time.
Yeah, yeah.
It is all. Derek beat you.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Very easily, Derek.
He ran all the way from LA. 100 miles and running, Derek. Get it?
I do. Yes.
Nobody else does. But
Nobody else does. Just you and I.
All right, everybody. Risman, do you know what 100 miles and running is?
No.
Nick, do you know what 100 miles and running is?
No.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Point proven. Make sure you come to the Thursday Night Barcade and you might find out. All right. So we are going right into this, guys. This is going to be a big week. Finally. This is going to be a big week for entertainment. This is going to be a big week for movies because there's one that's coming out that a lot of people are excited about. Now, starting it off, obviously, we're talking Tron. Check out the 1-to-1. I I mean, I don't even know what you call this. It's not a prop. It is a replica.
Yeah.
The 1-to-1 Tron replica helmet that you could get from Paragon FX Group. Now, their stuff is pricey, and they do not have a price tag on this yet.
And it's very limited, right? From a number.
It's 300.
Yeah.
They have made 300 of the thing. Literally lights up. It uses 6 batteries, and it lights up just like the dang movie, y'all.
That's pretty badass.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would certainly look like a huge nerd wearing it, but definitely something cool there. So if Tron is your thing, Paragon FX. We've looked at their stuff before. They made, the night vision goggles from Jurassic Park, like the boys looking at them in the first Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah,
and they like zoom in and zoom out, and it's got the light. They made a 1-to-1 replica of that, and I think it's like $800.
Oof.
Wow.
Can imagine how much this is going to cost.
They have stuff that's like $170. This ain't going to be $170. This is going to be expensive. Too rich for my blood, but hey, EBN fam, I'll get a PO box if anybody's feeling generous.
Oh, you'll give out your real address if they want to send you this.
I'll give you my real dang address. Exactly. You could do signature on delivery, whatever.
And you can actually show up and deliver it and meet Coach in person at his house. And
you cannot. No, cannot do that. No,
so you said there's 300 of these?
Yeah,
300.
They haven't listed a price.
No.
Yeah, I guarantee you they're gonna be over $500 a piece.
Agree. But I also guarantee you all 300 of them sell.
Are there 300 Tron fans in the world?
At least.
Just kidding, Coach.
That's actually.
Hey, no, I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch Tron Ares. I am going to go watch it opening night Thursday, and then do it out of the theater. So I'm actually. Did
you like Legacy, Derek?
I thought it was okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was all right. So I'm looking. I don't know about this one. I don't know about apparently Tron isn't in this at all. Supposedly, I don't know. Is it Rissman? You look a little.
So is this maybe this is a hot take for me?
Not that we know of, anyways.
But my hot take is I don't care if Tron's in it as long as Jeff Bridges is in it. I don't care. I personally don't care if Tron is in it or not.
The thing is, Jeff Bridges is probably going to be in it for like 3 minutes.
That's fine. That's fine, Nick. I as long as he's in it and he's doing his thing and whatever, I'm perfectly okay with that.
I'm nervous.
I do like the.
I hope it's good.
I do like the trailers. The look looks badass. The 9 Inch Nails soundtrack. So I'm looking forward to like just sitting in an IMAX theater and just letting it all just kind of wash over me and just
And I've listened to the whole 9 Inch Nails soundtrack because they released it. It's very
they
good.
did.
They
I've
released
not
it.
Heard it
they
yet.
released it days and days and days ago. It's good.
Is it on YouTube?
What did I find? YouTube or Spotify? The whole thing is out.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go listen to that.
I thought it was good. I thought it was really good.
Well, we're getting into the whole Tron thing for sure. That's our first topic tonight. So all of these things that the guys are talking about is relevant. Derek's question leading into this, I don't know, Coach, are there 300 Tron fans in the world? That is such a relevant question because I read an article today that said basically the premise of it is this: entertainment has declined so much and going to the movie theater has declined so much that what was considered a failure in 2010's Tron Legacy, if Tron Ares does the numbers that Tron Legacy did today, it would be considered a success.
Wow.
$170 million budget, bringing in north of $400 million. It wasn't enough to justify a sequel for a long time for Disney when they had Avengers coming and all their Marvel movies, and then they had Star Wars coming. They didn't need Tron. Disney needs Tron right now, but it is a gamble because back to Derek's point again, Tron has never been a blockbuster franchise.
Nope.
Some of us treat it like it has been, but it never has been. You know, and one of the other things, like I understand when people say Tron Ares doesn't even have Tron in it. Okay. That is a perfectly fair point.
That we
But
know of.
I would, well, no, Bruce Boxleitner has guaranteed you he's not in the movie.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
he's not. But the Tron character, we don't know.
Well, they've
as
also
far as
been,
we know.
they've also been open about moving away from the old storylines and wanting to do something brand new and fresh. The only returning character, according to the director, is Kevin Flynn. Like he said that on record. So, but here's the thing, guys. Like I'm going to play devil's advocate. Tron was an original novelization by Steven Lisberger. There was a lot of Tron in the novel. There was a lot of differences. Like the bits could speak yes or no in multiple languages. Ram had a green light cycle. The character of Tron was in the book a lot more than he actually was in the movie. If you go back and watch the 1982 movie, Tron is not in the movie that much. And then if you go watch Tron Legacy, he's barely in it at all. So the hang up,
but his presence is there.
His presence is there. His presence is there. But so this film is titled, see, I think it's brilliant. Tron's not going to be in this movie. That's why they're calling it Tron Ares, because Ares, who happens to be god of war, is the new Tron in spirit. There's the presence, Derek. He's fighting for the users.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I get the hang up. I would love to see Bruce Boxleitner and man, that'd be a dream come true if Tron was in the movie and they teamed up together.
So so for me, I think I want to see them do respect to the grids. I want to see them, the bits thing is in it apparently. I want to see them do respect to the artifacts that we loved, from the original Tron movies. And that's why I say, for me, I think the budget in this movie is what, a couple $100 million.
We don't know.
Yeah, it's rumored to be a couple $100 million.
Yeah.
And
they've not released it.
And so if it does, if we think this movie can do at least as much as Thunderbolts did, right? Thunderbolts did about
100%,
$400 million, right? And it had about pretty much a similar budget. I honestly think, again, this is not going to be $1 billion movie, clearly, but I think there is an opportunity if it hits just right and people really go out for the Tron. There are Tron fans out there. They go out and see it. This movie could do $500-600 million. I think it can. I really do. Now, do they call that profitable? I know we're going to talk about that. It doesn't matter anymore. We know it really, what we used to think about as profitability on these movies. It doesn't matter as much anymore. I think for them, it's like, can they see that the franchise is still viable?
Yeah, they're banking on it. Look at those parks.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say the rumored budget for it, which isn't official, is around 170 with about 85 million in marketing. So you're looking at around 250-ish overall that they've probably spent on this. But Disney's a public traded company, so at some point in time the numbers will come out. But as of right now, that's what's being rumored.
Right.
Which sounds reasonable for this movie.
Noble Actual. I still don't like that they didn't have Laura Yori in Tron Legacy. Cindy Morgan is hot. You're lost, Disney. Yeah, and she's unfortunately passed away now. But yeah, good character. She should have been mentioned. I could not agree more. That's a solid point right there. So one of the things that we got here, looking at, we got a little video that came out earlier, now streaming on Disney Plus, a little Tron, then a little Tron Legacy. It's pretty cool little homage here to the franchise. So let's see what you guys are thinking here. I will say this. I think that they have already done a better job of promoting Tron Ares than they ever did Tron Legacy.
100%.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. All their eggs are in this basket right here with Tron Ares. All right, here we go.
Years ago, we built a world beyond the screen as real as our own.
It's obviously his voice now.
Yeah.
The grid.
So one thing I want to point out right here while we're watching this, the director of Tron Ares talked about how there is a big scene in the movie where they go back into the original grid. And he talked about the time that they took. Like it was the most difficult thing filming the entire movie was recreating the original grid because they had to go back in and they had to like hand paint the scenes to make the blue lights and everything. They had to do it just like they did the original 82 film. And they had never had to do anything like that before. They had to do real work, guys. Like, pretty crazy there.
And you'll see a snippet of that at the end. That's why I picked this clip. At the end of this, it's classic. It's in this clip.
And that brings me to like strategist. You might be right, bro. I'm not poking at you here. There's a lot of people that feel this way. If you're expecting to pay respect to the things you loved earlier from the earlier movies, prepare to be disappointed. I don't know if we're going to be right there. You might be. It might be a safe bet, but I don't know yet. Check this out.
That's why I said I was nervous, but
yeah.
I'm going to go check this food. I'll be right back.
You got to see the end of this trailer, bruh.
Keep going. He's going.
One day, those worlds will come to ours.
This is the end of mankind.
No, it's not. Very good, man.
Right here. Check it out.
Yeah.
Tron Ares.
There's the bits.
Rated PG-13.
You saw the bits were on the side, right? Yeah, it's so good. So good.
Was such a good scene. I want to make sure Nick sees that.
That's why I kept looking for it. I couldn't find, because there's another one where he says classic, and then Jeff Bridges is like, this. I couldn't find that clip again, but they stuck it in this one. I think they did a really good job with that.
It looks amazing. It really does look amazing. So maybe there is going to be plenty of callbacks and ties to the original movie and Tron Legacy. We don't know, but what they've shown us so far, I'm liking. We'll just see how it all chalks up here at the end of this week. So I really do want Nick to see the end of that.
Well, and also
we're just going to wait for Nick to get back.
That's fine. Quick. I think today's the 4th. The 7th? I think I saw the 7th, or the initial reactions and the embargo and all that. I think, the 7th is a Tuesday. So if we have by the time we get back together again next week, real people will have seen this movie. So we will know, one way or the other how it's trending. But yeah, I mean, again, like I just said earlier, for me, of course, I would love for Tron to be in it and some of the other stuff. But if they show us Flynn's Arcade, I mean, there are little things they can do in addition to what they've shown in this trailer, and visiting, both the original grid and the NCOM grid later, and just paying all of that stuff forward. And then from what we've seen in the special effects in this trailer, I think we know where the budget went. The budget went into, special effects and recreating it and doing everything, to try and pay homage back to, the other movies. If this movie doesn't hit, it's certainly not going to be because they half-assed it, right? I mean, I think they really put everything into this. But if the story sucks, and if some of the other things come again, with how they do the characters and all that, I think that'll be a huge shame. So I'm really hoping that's not the case.
Well, so Nick asked Derek if he was a fan of Tron Legacy, and Derek was just kind of like, "Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I liked it fine."
That's fine.
I love the movie. Like, to me, I've said this on this channel. I think I would have to say it's my favorite movie outside of the original 3 Star Wars movies.
Mm.
It's number 4 for me. If that could change tomorrow, I would say this: Tron Legacy would consistently be a top 10 favorite movie of mine. It would be my top 10 every day. Now, I might wake up tomorrow and feel like The Dark Crystal. I like The Dark Crystal more than Tron, but Tron Legacy is consistently in my top 10. The crazy thing about that, there's a lot of people that love it like that. There's a lot of people that are like, that movie just wasn't good enough, man.
Yeah.
It's never been a hit. And that movie, visually, the soundtrack, to me, the acting, the stars in the movie, like, what was not to love? Going into the grid, it looked it still looks amazing today.
Yeah.
Tron Legacy is
I think
15 years old.
There, it's just people that love Tron, the original.
Yeah.
Probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't really bring and create new fans. Tron Legacy. If you like the original Tron, you probably like Tron Legacy a lot. If you were just okay, and it's all right. It's like, that's how I felt. It's just okay. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate the movie by any stretch.
And this point that Derek's bringing up is a very interesting point, right? Because if you don't think that Tron Legacy created any new fans, I don't know who they're appealing to in Tron Ares, right? Because Tron Ares seems to be just doubling down on the fans that existed for Tron Legacy, who are probably the same fans that existed for Tron, and then hopefully, those that love it enough to bring their family into it. That's why I say, the movie is a gamble in many, many ways, but it's like, Tron just hasn't been in the zeitgeist. It's just not the same as a Star Wars or a Star Trek or even a Battlestar Galactica. I would offer Battlestar Galactica is more in the zeitgeist than Tron has been, just because of all of the other stuff that's gone on. You can't count a theme park ride in China and one that's just opened within the last couple of years at Disney, in Orlando here. Who cares? So it's a really hard play on that point. Which fans are going to come out? I don't know.
I think when you're talking about the fans, maybe this, if it's good, maybe this creates the fan base that they wanted. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're trying to make it a mainstream franchise. Clearly, they're throwing money behind it. And they have a star like Jared Leto, who's, most people think he's a good actor, pretty good actor. And so maybe this is the point, is to try to mainstream the franchise and get it moving in that direction rather than pay it. Because, look, if you didn't like Tron from back in the 80s and you didn't like the Tron from 9 years ago, you're probably not going to like what we're going to do if we're going to continue that same pattern. So why don't we change it up and go in a different direction, which is what this looks like they're doing. So
it'll be ironic. It'll really be ironic. If this movie does make Tron the cultural blockbuster that they're wanting it to,
I think they want to do that. Yeah,
they want to. The irony is, and this is my major hang up in the movie until I see it. We've talked about this so many times: escapism, science fiction, fantasy. You're taking a movie that came out in 1982, where Kevin Flynn goes into the digital world and the rest of the movie is shot there. 2/3 of that movie is in the grid. Tron Legacy, after 15 minutes, you're in the grid the rest of the way. This movie, you start in the grid, kind of, and then they bring you out, and the setting is modern day Earth.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make this a Tron of a different flavor for sure.
But
I want to see the grid. You know what I mean?
But I also do think, Coach, I'm with you on this, but I also do think in the way that this movie progresses, I think Tron Ares goes back into the grids and gets information and learns things and understands what we know
He does
as the audience
100%.
from the so I think it's a little bit of a back and forth
Yeah.
that ends up with him then coming back to our world and saying, okay, I understand now what I need to do to help make sure we don't ruin this.
So to your point, it could be a situation where he goes into one of the grids and meets Kevin Flynn, and then Kevin Flynn sends him further back to the original grid, like to go find your enlightenment.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
That'd
Bro,
be interesting.
That's great.
That'd be interesting.
That's going to be
I'll be
great.
right back, guys. I'll be right back.
Sure, man.
I think that's exactly how he ends up teaching him as his
That's
mentor.
hero's journey right there.
Yeah. And that's to me the only reason why that original grid would even be a part of the equation, just as a coming of age, as a learning, as a okay, we've been here, we've done this, Kevin, from Flynn's this is why I still exist, right? Let's make sure we do all of this together. To me, the more interesting part of it is how will they leave it, right? Assuming he's successful, right? Assuming he's successful and they don't ruin our world and all of that. How will they leave it so that it can continue on? To me, is one of the more, interesting questions here. But part of me also wants to, thinking about, how do we think this movie will perform in comparison to what we think Mandalorian and Grogu will do? Right? These are in a way now, these are two franchises that haven't existed on the big screen in more than a minute. I might offer that I think this, Tron Ares has an opportunity to do better than Mandalorian and Grogu does.
If they're standing side by side, like if the theater rooms are next to each other and they both open this Thursday night, I'm walking into the Tron room. Like, I don't think you would. You'd go watch The Mandalorian and Grogu.
No, I would probably be with you in the Tron room just because I'm so over Grogu. But I think our perspectives on the two is not consistent with more mainstream philosophy, especially if you think about the international appeal of Grogu and some of the rest of it.
Yeah,
but I am still, for me, both movies are successful if they do better than Thunderbolts. If either one of them does better than Superman, right? If either one of them does better than 600 million, I'm laughing my ass off the whole way to the box. You know what I mean? The whole way to the bank. Just because, you know what I'm saying? But there are a few things about that. It doesn't really matter comparatively speaking. I'm just saying, if you think about where we're at with some of these very popular franchises and our expectations on box office performance, whether it's Tron Ares, whether it's Mandalorian and Grogu, if they can get into the $500 million range, they're successful in comparison.
Absolutely. Well, we got some member chats and super chats real quick. We're going to keep rolling into this Tron stuff. Is it Nick or is it AI? I don't know, Debbie. He showed up for 5 minutes and he's gone again.
He responded in the chat and said it was AI, so I think we know the answer to that.
Oh, well, there it is. Thank you, Debbie, for sending in a $1.99 super chat. Mattuine, what is up, brother? Sends in a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Mattuine. Good to see you, brother. War Eagle. Venger with a 10-pound super chat. Thank you, Venger. He says, next month, I'm finally going to meet King Joffrey, King Tommen, and Osha, the Wilding, at a local convention, along with the proper John Constantine and some Doctor Who cast members. That is awesome, bro.
It's funny, Coach. Anytime I hear Osha, I just cringe. I heard Osha here and I cringed.
Ooh,
just, you know what I mean?
That
Osha,
one.
I was like, oh no,
not that one. The Wildling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome getting to meet some Game of Thrones cast for sure. We must see pictures, Venture. We must see pictures.
Awesome.
Yes. Post those. Thank you so much for the 10-pound super chat. And we hope that you have a blast, or have how we say it in the South here. We hope you have a ball. All right. Scott Westbrook sends in a $5 super sticker.
Good job. I think it was a good job. It was a good job.
It is a good job. It is a fox with the thumbs up. Good job. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you, bro. Can't wait to hang out with you at Icon, man. And then Mattuine with a $5 super chat. The power of one, the power of two, the power of Ares. Don't forget who else is in this movie.
Again, I know it's Jodie Turner-Smith. I know, I get it, and we saw her in that little clip, and she was there doing her thing. I try not to indict her just because of that role in
I agree.
Acolyte, because I've seen her in some other things, and she hasn't been horrible.
I mean, I had such a distaste for the sequel trilogy. I did not want to see what's his face in Dune. I went to
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. I went to the Dune premiere knowing full well I'm about to have to watch Oscar Isaac on the big screen again. And I was not happy about it. And then as I sat there and watched, he gave a great performance.
Yeah.
And I was
He's
like,
a good actor.
He is.
Yeah.
And I like the guy now after watching him in Dune. So I'm not saying that's what's going to happen with Jodie Turner-Smith, but we'll see.
But she's not going to, as she stands up there and does what she did, even like she did in the clip, she's not going to ruin the movie for me. I'm not going to look at her and think, yes, yeah. It's
look, maybe she'll get derezzed.
But the good thing, the interesting thing about this is she was just in, like you had a interview between Bridges and Jared Leto. Well, Jodie Turner-Smith and I guess the other gal, they were in like a cat, and it was none of the nonsense, right? It was them loving Tron. It was them loving their characters. It was a very good interview. You know what I mean? There was none of this. They were just talking about their part. I was like, okay, somebody learned something. Somebody's got some coaching now.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yep. Very cool. All right. So if you've not seen this next little clip, I thought this was pretty good. Check this out.
43 years later, back on the grid. Talk about your first day on the set together. Well, I remember getting into that costume thinking we had never met, and then we just had a jam. Ready? Because there's no going back. What has made working on Tron Ares more unique than anything else you've worked on in your career?
For me, it's surreal. I was a super fan, the first and the second Tron. And now I get to put on that suit and be on the grid. And as an avid photographer, do you have some favorite behind-the-scenes photos you took on the set of this film? Remember, we took a prom photo.
We took a prom photo. We did a whole thing of me giving you the original Tron helmet, passing on the torch, kind of. We did a whole thing.
I know it's a funny little photo of him, but bro, he's dang near wearing his getup from the original Tron movie. Pretty neat there.
Of me giving you the original Tron helmet, passing on the torch, kind of thing.
Now I need to see more of that conversation, to be honest. But it is
that going to be like a BTS kind of for the DVD?
I'm hoping so.
Something like that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
They should play stuff like that in the theater before the movie starts instead of like Coke commercials and all these other trailers that you can see on YouTube anytime.
Well, but you're already in the movie. You're already in the theater to watch this movie, right? So on your point, they should play it for other movies if they really wanted to, spin it up and do some of the rest.
Oh yeah.
All right, Nick. Here's the part. Check it out.
Tron Ares.
Classic.
Oh yeah, I want to say I saw that this week.
It's been on a clip on Twitter. I just couldn't find it. Where he's even beforehand, he's got the bits. The bits is like doing its thing or whatever. It's really good. Theater.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Seeing the classic. I mean, he's in the original grid right there.
Yeah.
So Risman brought it up. I think it's probably what's going to be. That takes place. Ares on his journey to enlightenment to figure out what's going on, Kevin Flynn is going to send him back to the original grid for something. And it's going to be like the hero's journey. And we're going to see him be a bad creation from the Dillinger Corporation. And we're going to see him convert to Tron. And Ares, the god of war, will be the new Tron fighting for the users and for good. That's exactly... It's almost like this story is completely opposite from Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy, you go from Earth into the grid, and you go from normal or I don't even remember what I was about to say. I lost my point. But it's just interesting that this movie is going from grid to Earth and bad character turning good. And it's not like a redemption story. He was never good. He was created as a bad, evil character, I'm guessing.
And originally, when they wrote the script, he was the bad guy.
He is the bad guy in the beginning. And then he's going to convert over. And that's why the movie has Tron's namesake, because he's the new guy.
I wonder when he goes to the old grid if there's going to be like a new master control.
I don't know. That would be really cool.
Or if you'll see a display screen with Pac-Man going on in the background.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
I remember that from the original.
This is a good.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be, at least a talking point for a week or two. I think people are waiting for. Look what's in theaters right now. Have you guys been to any movies within the last?
I saw The Smashing Machine earlier today.
Okay, how did you like it?
It was really good. It was really good. Okay. I can totally see how The Rock might get nominated for Best Actor after watching that movie. It was good. It was good.
I couldn't even tell you the last movie I saw in theaters was at IMAX, Jaws 50th anniversary.
Okay, doesn't really count.
Yeah.
I don't.
But before that, I go to movies every week,
movie.
but there's nothing out, man. There's nothing out there to watch, and the box office.
I want to see.
I want to see the movies.
I want to see Good Boy. I want to see Bone Lake. I might want to see an enemy. There all of a sudden there's some. I tell you who everyone was there to see. If Taylor Swift had 12 to 14 theaters in my 24-plex.
That'll do it. Yeah,
reserved for people coming to see this new Taylor Swift thing. It was crazy. I was so happy to get in there and see this movie and then leave. It was nuts. So
I was going to go see Good Boy, and then I saw, oh man, it's a lot of Taylor Swifties going to be there. Maybe I'll wait till next week.
Go for a matinee. They hadn't showed up yet.
Speaking of theaters, have they released show times yet for Tron Ares?
Yes.
Because last time me and Coach looked, they didn't have any.
No, they got show time
now.
Yeah. Oh, do they have them now? Okay.
I plan on going Thursday night at 8:00.
Okay.
But you can't go Thursday night at 8:00.
Yes, I can.
Are we not streaming Thursday night at 8:00?
We're not. Oh, I'm not.
I mean, that's
there it is,
our
folks. You heard it here first. Another Saturday show, I guess.
Another Saturday.
I guess we're not doing next Thursday either.
So
you guys heard it first here.
Oh crap! I can't remember.
We might have to do it Friday night.
I have to go. I got a football game Friday night.
Oh,
that's why I have to go watch it Thursday. And Saturday I have a disc golf tournament. And
I thought disc golf was over.
It is.
Well, we could potentially always. Well, you got to work. I guess we don't have a stream next week unless we stream after the movie.
For my high school.
Why don't you go live after the movie?
So I'm not seeing it until Friday.
Yeah, I'm not going to see it on Thursday either. So
I have to teach 10th graders the next morning.
Wow, so we're screwed next week then.
I don't know.
Maybe Sunday.
Screwed.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I have a super
Sunday
busy
afternoon,
weekend.
maybe.
Well, that's not going to happen.
It'd have to be Sunday night.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I got something going on at 3:00 Sunday as well.
Wow.
I don't know. We're gonna we'll see.
Well, I guess I'll be seeing Tron on Thursday then also, I guess.
Oh man. All right. So I thought this is an interesting article. We've pretty much said some of this. I don't know if the world cares about those characters the same way they would a Darth Vader or a Skywalker. Tron Ares writer reveals why the light cycles had to ditch the grid for city streets. Now that part of it, I'm not buying. The appeal to Tron shouldn't have anything to do with the city streets or the real Earth as a setting. That's not. You're crazy. You're taking away one of the things that makes the franchise what it is, and that's the grid. So let's not underplay that. He says Tron is interesting because the expectations are not quite as obvious as Star Wars or Star Trek or something like that, as some of the other franchises. And this is the writer, not the director, talking in this one. So you start a little bit by saying, what's an interesting way in? What is the story we want to tell that needs to be told? What are the expectations? What is an audience hoping to see in another iteration of Tron? And I think in a really crude way, what we came down to is, in the broadest possible way, the aesthetics of Tron are what lives on in the zeitgeist. It has to be more than aesthetics. Now, is part of the aesthetics the design of the discs and the light beams on the light cycles, and all of that is aesthetics. So he's not wrong there. But guys, what do y'all think? Like removing the grid from it to say, well, we're not Star Wars, so we got to do something different. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, if you're trying to do something different, to kind of stand out, I think the world should stand out on its own. I think what he's saying is that we're trying to connect it to something that people, like I said, they're trying to bring it to an audience that hasn't been watching. Like they're trying to change the franchise to appeal to more people, and maybe they feel like more people would rock with Tron if it's set in a more modern world or something in the real world rather than on the grid. That's the way I read that. But ultimately, I think you just got to make the content, make the movie, make the TV show, make the cartoon for the fans that have already been loving it. That's what I think. Hollywood keeps getting in its own way. Maybe it'll work. But I think by trying to go away from what's made Tron successful, even the small success that they have had, it's a mistake. You just stick with what's worked. They've done it with Star Wars. You saw how it worked with Star Wars. They failed with Marvel after they changed up the tone. You got to just stick with what works. That's the bottom line. And if you don't, then guess what? Nobody's going to come watch. You're going to lose the old fans, and you're not going to bring in any new fans.
I think on this point, I'm with Derek, right? I mean, I get it. They want the movie to make us think, wow, wouldn't this be cool if we could actually interact with, these things, these assets, these characters, these concepts from Tron in our real world, on our real streets, blah, blah, etc. But when I think about what I loved about either of the other two Tron films, it's that, and Coach, you'll resonate with this, it's that I wanted to go into the grid. I didn't want them to come here. I wanted to go there, right? Because that environment and that, everything that was going on there was so, even though it was a bit familiar, it was kind of so alien, right, to what we were dealing with here. And there was a reason why, to go in and sort of, figure out how you could survive in a digital world and all that. I mean, that to me was a very important part of the Tron mystique, and sort of the lore and everything they've built. So I have to admit, I get a little nervous, right? When I hear the director say these movies didn't have heart, or where I hear the writers say we had to bring it into the real world for it to resonate. Explain
about the heart thing so everybody knows.
Yeah, we've talked about it. You all did a video on it, or maybe we did.
But Derek might have missed this part.
But the director said, he said, I really, what I didn't really understand about the first 2 Tron movies is they didn't have enough. There was no heart there. It was, it was a little bit cold. I wanted to make
Derek,
sure
can
we
you
have
believe
heart.
he said that?
I want to make sure we
The
have heart.
director of Tron Ares said that neither of the first films had heart. And you're directing a Tron movie?
And I said to Coach at the time.
That is like, oh my goodness.
I said to Coach at the time.
That's like me going, hey, here comes the DA. He's an asshole, but here he is.
Well,
And
why?
But again, that just shows you this is the problem. You got guys making the movies that don't really understand the originals.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I said to Coach at the time, I said, well, he's just a director. He didn't write it. And now we've got this writer saying, well, I had to bring it in. Now I'm kind of like, these two things together make me a little squeamish now.
A little sus.
In regards to the story, I'm like, are they getting it? Maybe they're not getting it. Right? Because I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of a couple of strikes there. So again, I'm not going to let it get me down, but that's kind of I don't know.
It's amazing watching entertainment unfold, the entertainment industry. Writers and directors and actors continuously shoot themselves in the foot.
Yep.
By just saying the dumbest of things.
And they think it's great things. They think they're helping.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, that's the way they see the franchises. They don't see it the way the fans and the audience sees it, which is why I just don't understand why they don't start listening to the audiences more and doing what the audiences suggest. Instead of listening to themselves. It's the Hollywood bubble. We talk about it all the time. They're not tuned in or tapped in to regular people, but they're making movies for regular people, like us. They're making movies for the fans and for regular people. And you don't know what these people, you don't know what we want. You're doing what you want to do. And that's why you end up getting the sequel trilogy, because you're doing what you want to do instead of doing what we want to do.
And it's funny because when George sold his treatments, they're like, we're going to do something for the fans. No, you're going to do something that you want to do, because that wasn't for the fans at all. Not having any of the OG characters on screen together, like
dumb. One of the biggest missed opportunities ever.
Yeah, I'd say it's the biggest.
And Coach, I see here Tony asking about Tron Uprising.
Yes.
And I seem to remember reading somewhere that the Tron Uprising is coming. They're putting it out back again somewhere. Somewhere it's streaming now.
I think you can still watch it on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's Disney XD. Disney XD was putting it back out again for people who had not seen it.
They should release it. Yeah.
But it's out now, I think. I was trying to find that article when I saw this come up, but I thought it was pretty good.
I enjoyed the show very much.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as dark as it should have been, but I still the story filled in a lot of gaps. And it had Tron in it. And you get to see Tron basically take the role of mentor and train who's going to end up being his replacement in the grid. It's a fascinating story, done really, really well. Now I remember when it was canceled, there were some shenanigans involved, and the voice actors were very upset. It was something about, I want to say it was something about genocide. And there was like this outcry, and Tron Uprising was scrapped because there was this, people were saying that it's like the real world. They're trying to tell us a story in the Middle East, and they scrapped it. And it was like the dumbest thing ever. And the last few episodes that aired, they debuted at midnight on Sunday nights. That's the time slot they put it in. They killed it. They killed the show. And it was canceled after season 1, which I think was 19 episodes.
Wow.
It was done really well. Shout out to Cameron Pasha and Sparrow, who worked on Tron Uprising.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he has great things. He has great things to say about the Star Wars stuff. So that's
I
awesome.
don't care.
Yeah. The Tron Uprising's on Prime Video also.
On
You can
Prime.
watch
Yeah.
on Prime.
Yeah, the XD thing was running from like the 29th. They were running it, for some days. So I'm sure you can find it someplace.
Yep.
All right. So, guys, do you have any idea what cost $419 million?
I know. Derek
I know.
probably knows.
Indiana
What
Jones
cost-
in the Dial of
Disaster.
Destiny.
How did you know? You don't ever know what we're talking about.
Because I saw John Campion R&B talking about this week.
Oh, that's right. It was on one of their shows.
Do you remember
Yeah.
how much it brought in worldwide?
I don't even. It was under 5, wasn't it?
384.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was under 4. Yeah.
Brought in 384, cost 419 million based on the new report that just came out by Disney.
Yep. So Disney got like maybe half of that. So you're looking at.
I love it when you crunch numbers.
Yeah. They lost. All right. Number crunching not needed. They lost a shit ton on this movie.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah. They lost a shit ton.
Yes.
I mean, again, if it costs 400 million, it's very easy math, right? If it costs 400 million, in order to break even, it has to make approaching $1 billion, right? I mean, if you want to take her around with it, okay, say 800 million, peace and love, 900. It's ridiculous, right? For something to be made for 400.
And that doesn't even include marketing for the movie. That's literally just a production of the movie.
Just the budget.
And we're talking about a movie that had several minutes with a de-aged Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones,
which may have been the best part of the movie.
It was.
Yeah.
That part was worth watching.
Yeah.
Because it took you back. But, bro,
it's the only part of the movie I've seen.
They did all of that stuff, and it just was not worth it. Sometimes these franchises don't need to continue, man. Like it just is what it is.
But they don't know what else to do, man. Like you went out and bought Lucasfilm, right? You went out and bought Lucasfilm. You paid what did they pay $4 billion for that? It's like you got to turn that
or something like that.
You got to turn that into something, right? You can't just live off the past forever. Eventually, if you're a movie studio, you got to make some movies. So what do you make? If you're Indiana Jones franchise, which was a moneymaker back in the 80s, and you have the keys to it, do you just sit on it? Do you try to do something? Do you go Young Indiana Jones, a TV series? Do you try to go back and you maybe do some prequels to, Raiders and, I guess like Temple of Doom technically was a prequel. Like, do you go back and try to cast a young Indiana Jones? That's what I would do. Honestly, I would go try to, get a new Indiana Jones, and then tell some. How do you? I mean, because otherwise you spent $4 billion to do what? To do what with it? I mean, yes, Star Wars was the main get. We understand that, but you still have this other franchise that's sitting over here that you could do something with if you wanted to.
I agree with Derek. So, kind of a rhetorical question, guys: is the entertainment industry on a downward spiral?
Hell yeah!
All right, okay, all right. So, part 2 of the question: how many times has the entertainment industry created something new and it be successful, or are they just bringing back the things from the past over and over and over again?
I think we have to abstract the genres, right? Because I think we have a lot of experience recently with the horror genre, very successfully bringing new stuff out at a lower budget that has,
and they actually make money.
But if you talk about if you talk about specifically fantasy and sci-fi, which to me seems to really go back to do a lot of these reboots and a lot of these sequels and a lot of these, let's just retell the old trope again. Those have been horribly unsuccessful because there's been a lack of originality in the writing and in how they've put those movies out.
That's from the West.
Well, anime is to me. Anime is a whole. Look, I put anime and I put
these guys right here.
I put anime and
they
horror.
killed it this summer. Yeah, no, you're right. Horror. I think like you could talk about John Wick. Like John Wick is a pretty successful character that's come out recently.
But John Wick's almost more anime than it is. I would argue John Wick is almost more anime than it. You know what I mean? Whether it's Ballerina or whether it's John Wick, and the way they're doing that. I mean, obviously it's not animated, but you know what I'm talking about? The tropes and the way they're doing
stylized. Yeah, the stylized show and the action, the storytelling, you know, the invincible assassin, kind of like Sakamoto, right? You know, Sakamoto days, anybody that's watched that. Same kind of concept, you know. I see people talking K-pop Demon Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters is another, but again, that's based on Eastern, you know, K-pop, Korean mythology. The West has lost the ability to create new things, or if they have that ability, they don't flex it because they're too interested in, you know, the remakes, the reboots, you know, all that stuff. That's what they're interested in. And they're going back to the 80s to find, you know, to find new things to make. You know, how many legacy sequels have we seen come out lately? We've seen so many legacy sequels, Beetlejuice, you know, Top Gun Maverick, you know, like they're going all the way back in the past and dragging up stuff from our youth. And it feels like we're the only ones that care because we're the only ones actually watching, you know, like
Top Gun Maverick was actually good though.
Dang.
No, but my point is you're going all the way back there. And who is Top Gun Maverick? We went and watched it. You know, you know, I'm talking about like guys born in the 80s and the, you know,
Top Gun Maverick is better than Top Gun. Easy.
But when you're talking about who's watching the movies these days, it's not the 18 to 25 demographic. It's more us, you know.
Yeah, and the thing is, when they were doing this whole Indiana Jones thing, you know, when they were bringing him back, you know, when I was like, you know, what kind of story could they tell bringing Indiana Jones back? And you know what the first thing I thought of was the Frank Miller comics, The Dark Knight Returns, where Batman comes back, you know, as an old, grizzled, old Bruce Wayne, old Batman, you know, doing something like that, you know, I saw could have been fitting. But when they start doing the time traveling and then the girl boss crap, it's like, come on, you know, in the de-aging, like I said, the de-aging stuff, that's the only thing. I tried watching the movie like 3 times. I've fallen asleep every time after the whole de-aging scenes and stuff are over with. And so, you know, there was, you know, bringing some of this old stuff back, in my opinion, is not 100% bad all the time, but the people that have involved with these projects just don't know what the fuck they're doing. And so it's like, look, you're not doing this IP any justice at all. And you shouldn't be involved in this project at all. And it ends up getting ruined. And then people are like, you know, they just need to stay away from these old properties. And it's because they're not doing anything good with them.
You don't,
you know, there's a few examples, but
you don't just stumble into a good movie anymore that came out of the blue. It's so rare to do that today. It's always a callback to an old franchise that they're dusting off. Here comes Vulture. I mean, look at this. Here's our agenda tonight, guys. Look at this. And I got a point I want to make. Hang on one second. So Tron, we got Indiana Jones. Here comes Masters of the Universe at the end of the school year this year in May or June. We've got a Spider-Man 4 possibility with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire coming back. What's going on with Amazon censoring James Bond? I mean, and these aren't just things. Is Arnold Schwarzenegger going to show up in Predator? Well, let me say this. Spoiler alert. I was going to say this down the road in tonight's show anyways. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to be in Predator. It's not going to be any good. He's old. Sorry.
Don't put him on a horse. Don't put him on a horse coat.
Yeah, the time has passed. Now, here's what I wanted to say that I did, which has been quite refreshing for me. Last night, I watched a movie that came out in 1992, starring James Marshall, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Brian Dennehy. Name that movie.
Gladiator.
Thank you very much. I watched the original Gladiator. Very good film. I didn't say great film. Very good film. I like boxing. It's my favorite sport. Today, me and my oldest daughter watched. She saw it for the first time. 1992. James Woods, Heather Graham, and Lou Gossett Jr. Name that movie.
Officer and the Gentleman. No,
Good
that's
guess.
what I was gonna say.
Diggstown.
Oh, that's what you're telling me about. Yeah,
man, that's going way back.
Going way back, and it was so awesome watching those movies, man. How often do we get entertainment like that today, where something just comes out of the blue? Gladiator wasn't based on anything before. Diggstown wasn't based on, a movie from the 60s or something. You know what I mean? Not Diggstown, Diggstown.
Diggs, zig, 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 zigs. GG.
What's up, Tom?
What's up? Gladiator was basically Spartacus.
By the way, if you were watching my Tron Legacy toys on the side, that's the one right there. This identity disc from Kevin Flynn sells for $250 and up on eBay. I bought this whole collection for $200 and was very happy to do so.
Awesome.
It was a good.
Last thing about Dial of Disaster, and we'll move on. Why in heaven's name they didn't bring Short Round back? If they wanted to make the movie even just this much more popular,
because that would have been smart, Rissman.
And they brought a substitute Short Round in who was not as good. Bless the young actor.
Kick Fleabag to the curb, and
because he doesn't. Because what's his name? Ki
Wong. I don't know. Ki Hong
Kwong. What?
Yeah, great. I mean, like that.
There's two reasons why he was not in the movie. He was not born with a vagina, and he doesn't identify as having a vagina. That's why he was not in the movie.
But there were other people in the movie that weren't that way, right? They brought Sala back. They and he would have loved to come back.
They don't like Asians.
Maybe not. But I think the kid. I'm not gonna go into it. But
if they would have brought him out and taken the time travel crap out of it, which I still haven't even seen all the movies. I know it's in there, but I just haven't seen any of that. But
there was two great parts of this movie, in my opinion. The first best part was when they de-aged Harrison Ford, and they did that business at the beginning. And the other best part was at the end when Marion shows up finally, and they have a moment, right? That was the to me, those were the best parts. The beginning and the end were the best parts of the movie. The rest of the business that happened in the middle was just a train wreck, literally in a couple of places, but it was just a train wreck.
Yeah, totally agree. All right, so Valiant Renegade, member for 54 months. Cheers, guys. Out tonight in Orlando. Awesome. Have fun.
Tell everybody we said hello.
I did see some pictures
saw
of
Valiant
you out there.
Saw Valiant on the park hopping stream. Looking good, brother. Looking good.
Oh, wow. He sends in a $49 super chat. And here's a super chat with money. Rissman still sucks.
Okay.
You know what? We're going to play this for you, Valiant.
Pizza rolls. Let's get the pizza rolls.
This was such a great moment where you and Rissman were going head to head.
Mediator has decided 1 point Valiant Renegade. That is a very, very valid argument. Okay.
Bring me some pizza rolls.
What you're really saying, Valiant, though,
may the force be with you. For me to poop.
For me to poop on.
So bad. So bad.
Thank you, bro, for that huge
That was
super
such
chat.
a funny night.
Awful.
Matt was so drunk.
I was in attack mode on Valiant.
I was obliterated.
And y'all were like Muhammad Ali, man. Y'all were just bouncing them off of each other's heads.
X-Wing was over there like trying to moderate.
So bad.
I was just sitting back with the popcorn saying, "Mom, bring me some pizza rolls," when she wasn't even there.
Yeah, nobody knew that though.
No.
Yeah,
I was playing the incel living in his mom's basement role.
Yeah. All right. So anybody want to say anything about this? Like there's just not a lot here. I didn't get to see the trailer that was leaked. All we get is somebody's description of it. and then they give us their thoughts. So they're heading to go see Demon Slayer, and when they're walking in, they got stopped and asked if we wanted free movie tickets to give feedback on an unreleased movie trailer. Turns out it was for Masters of the Universe. Yeah, that doesn't even sound believable to me, but okay.
I didn't even know they did that.
I've never heard of such. You're walking into a movie theater to go see something that's out, and somebody goes, "Hey, you want to come into this room and watch a trailer?"
Yeah.
And it's not even finished. There's still green screen that you see on the trailer.
That sounds stupid. Why would you?
It sounds real fishy to me.
Yeah,
Tom in chat, you'll have to tell us, have you ever heard, because Tom would probably know, have you ever heard of any movie theater doing that? Like, oh, hey, stopping random people, do you want to see this unreleased movie trailer? Come in.
Now, look at this. It was an early, here, let me make this bigger. It was an early cut of the trailer with several shots showing green screen still and a bit difficult to see due to the security watermarks. You can't see because of watermarks? Okay. Why are they even showing it to you? But it was overall good. What does that mean? It was about 75% WIP. I have no idea.
Work in progress.
Oh, thank you.
Work in progress.
But you can't see it. The cut was quite rough. He's just repeating himself. So it was by no means polished, but the characters I saw all looked good. The characters look good, and you can't tell us anything about what you saw other than you can't see it because of watermarks. This just does not sound believable, man. This guy just put 4 sentences together saying nothing. It opens with, here we go. It opens with Prince Adam talking to a friend on Earth, and they are confused because Cringer is there, and they discuss the Green Tiger. From there, it goes to Prince Adam going to his home world and learning about his lineage from who I think is the sorceress. But it was kind of hard to see because of the watermarks. There's the dang watermarks again. After it bounces around a bit, and you see Prince Adam talking to a few people from Eternia, there was a brief glimpse of Skeletor and who I think was Evil Lyn. The trailer does show Prince Adam raising the sword and yelling, "I have the power," and you see the transformation. A few quick scenes of him fighting as He-Man, then it ends. You just said nothing at all about this.
Wait, they've got a nitpick. They've got a nitpick coming.
My biggest nitpick is that I wish He-Man was built more. He looked just in shape to me, not ripped. But it appears, Nick, did you write this?
I did. You guys busted me.
This totally sounds like you.
Yeah, that's me.
So I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about this trailer. The only thing I know they've shown officially was at CinemaCon all those months ago, and that I know the people who saw that said what they showed them was really around costuming and set design and just, what they felt like was, being true to what we would think of from the cartoon and all that, and that they felt like it was well represented. What does that mean? Who knows? This doesn't tell me nothing here from a description of probably what ended up being a fake trailer.
Well, I saw a trailer. It had watermarks. He-Man was in it. He raised his sword, and he's talking to somebody trying to figure out where he was at. We saw Cringer and we saw Skeletor for a second.
That sounds like a clickbait article just to get people to click on.
And isn't Jared Leto Skeletor in this too? Isn't this a Jared Leto again?
Yeah.
He's going to turn into Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. Tom said he's not heard of that, not in a theater, but in-house, like the studio, on the studio lot, would bring people in. So yeah, it's kind of hard to believe a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
So there's been a new talk online about Sam Raimi doing another Spider-Man. It almost happened, and then they canceled the project, and then they came out with Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man. So now they're talking about picking it back up because apparently there's a demand because the fans were so happy to see Tobey Maguire, which I am all in favor of a Spider-Man 4. I got no problem with it. If they do it this time, apparently it's going to be centered around an aging Peter Parker with Mary Jane as his wife, and they have children. Tobey Maguire has made some comments about this. Sam Raimi has talked about it, and now Kirsten Dunst weighs in. It says Kirsten Dunst addresses Spider-Man 4 hopes in the MCU could make it happen. Speaking with the Soup Show, Kirsten Dunst shared her thoughts on returning for Spider-Man 4 and expressed hope such a film would tackle one angle in particular. That would be cool, right? I mean, I don't know if the fans are into it. I feel like that is an interesting movie, right? Me and Toby doing it again with kids. And that was literally the end of what she said. So do you guys think that one day we're going to get to see a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst? Do you want to see that?
I hope
not. I don't want it.
Uh,
I don't think it's necessary.
Oh, I love F1. Nice. Now there's a good movie.
Yeah. I am I'm not completely against it, honestly. After No Way Home, I was down to see Spider-Man 4 with Toby and Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield.
I'm still that way. Just bring them both back.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Garfield personally, but
yeah, no, Garfield, and I like his 2 Spider-Man movies the least out of all of them, but I thought he gave a great performance in No Way Home. Like, it was probably my favorite out of the 3, honestly. So yeah, I'm with you there on that, Risman. But yeah, if they could nail down a story to where he comes back and he's, is referencing, the other dimension with the other Spider-Mans and all that sort of stuff, and there's a whole nother story. I would be open to it. I'd be open to it as long as they give him creative control and don't step in and jack up his whole plans like they did with Spider-Man 3. Because when Venom was coming in and we were going to get Spider-Man in the black suit, man, I was hyped for Spider-Man 3. I was like, man, because Spider-Man 2 was so good, I was like, oh, man, now he's going to have the black suit. Venom's going to be in here. Sandman's going to be. I was like, man, this movie is going to destroy everything in the box office. And it sucked balls.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. That's a little Spider-Man update for you. Now, I'm going to be interested to see what Nick has to say. I already spoke my piece on this. I am tired of people talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger coming back as Dutch. Guys, it's 2025. He was Dutch in 1987. Let it go. He can't do it anymore. It's kind of like when Rick Pitino took over the Boston Celtics and he was pissed because they sucked and the fans would not stop. Do any of y'all remember what he said to the media?
Larry Bird ain't walking back through that door.
And neither is Robert Parrish, and neither is Kevin McHale. And if they do, they're going to be gray and old.
Yep.
Yeah.
That pissed a lot of people off, but it was real.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they're leaning on the heroes of the past, right? Or the big names of the past, Schwarzenegger. And they're trying to say, hey, Schwarzenegger's in it. You want to go watch the movie? It's going to have Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's like, how come you guys can't make a Predator movie without Arnold Schwarzenegger that's good and that's a hit? Because maybe for Arnold Schwarzenegger really is the franchise. Without Arnold, it really isn't, there's Predators and there's people to fight them. But is this a franchise unless you throw Dutch in it? Because outside of the first one, how many other good Predator movies have there been?
Oh, Nick, please answer that question.
Predator 1 and Predator 2's grown on me since it came out in the 90s.
The Danny Glover one?
But those are the... Yeah, I liked it. I like it.
You
now.
like that one?
I like it more now than I did back then. But yeah, other than that, and I thought Prey was pretty decently done. It was a different take in a different like Predator, but
that movie was
I didn't hate it.
much better than you anticipated.
I still need to watch it again. I hate it.
You and I both knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that movie was going to suck, and it didn't.
Yeah. It did not suck as hard as I thought it was.
It didn't suck at all.
I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it.
Prey was okay,
but
think
but
Prey was okay.
you know,
I mean, but
if
great.
Arnold-
When I'm talking about greatness, I'm talking about something that on its own would have built a franchise like Predator
the
did.
first one.
Man, if
The
it weren't
first one
for
is the only one.
if you replace if Predator 1 never happened, if the first Predator movie was Predator 2, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah.
Well, and also we know, again, just bringing it up because we know it, but bringing back Schwarzenegger now in any form from a Predator movie, I don't want to see the washed up, he can't fight anymore, and someone comes along and needs needs his help, and he gets his mojo back, and he goes on one more. I don't need to see that. I don't need to bring him back just to redeem his broken, lost soul again.
Exactly.
To train the next generation. I just don't need that.
They would spend $419 million on the production and wouldn't even have Short Round in it.
No. And they would put him on some kind of an alien horse, and
he's
got
to be over 75 years old at this point, right? Like that dude is old. It's like, what is he doing back in the
Bro, he's 78.
So by the time, if they did want to make a movie, he would be he'd probably be pushing 80, if not already 80. So yeah, there's no point in this. Go back to where are the Arnold Schwarzeneggers of today? Where's the big buff, swolled up action stars, muscles like this big? Like, where are those dudes at? That's what they need.
The Rock.
The Rock. And yeah, we see what happened. Well, I mean, but you got to have somebody in their 20s, early 30s that can pull that off. Is there anybody right now?
The last one I could think of, and I wouldn't even say he fit that mold, was Vin Diesel.
Yeah, he was kind of, but I mean, he doesn't really fit the mold of a Schwarzenegger. You have Batista.
There are no more Stallone, Stallone, Van Damme, Schwarzenegger. They're dinosaurs.
Old.
So why would you drag these guys back into the movies, man? Like, come on.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but Jason Statham.
But Jason Statham is not a Hulk, right? I mean,
that's what I'm talking about. Like,
he's not
somebody
like a physical specimen. He's just a good. He's a great martial artist.
Yeah.
But I mean, even Stallone, like somebody that or what's his name, Carl Weathers, with Action Jackson. You had those guys.
What a great movie.
That would be. Yeah, you had those guys that could play those parts.
Someone said Alan Richardson. Alan Richardson's not a bad
I would
one.
not see. That's what. Okay, you want to do Predator? Get Alan Richardson and put him in that. That's a perfect let him play.
That's good.
Not a Dutch-like character. That would be good.
Yeah, Dutch's son or something.
Something like that. Yeah, exactly.
I have no interest in that.
Stop trying to drag Schwarzenegger's 75, 78-year-old ass.
Yeah. Now I would be fine if Arnold showed back up is like a liaison.
Member berries, and you'd be on here complaining about it.
Like if he showed up for like a cameo,
0 out of 10 for Predator content.
Yeah,
0 out of 10.
I mean that's like throwing Jeff Bridges in Ares. That's
not exactly
the same thing.
He's been in every Tron movie. He made the grid.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's not even Tom's. It's not even a Van Damme anymore. Like, who's your martial artist? Like a guy that can.
Donnie Yen looks like he runs the Chinese store down the street.
Man, he's old. Yeah, Donnie Yen is old.
Yeah, he is old.
Yeah, look, Tom wants the link. Yeah, I mean, it's like you don't have what's the name? Steven Seagal anymore.
Oh my gosh, I know
Thank
you
God.
didn't.
Thank God.
Hey, look,
Under Siege was great. Siege 2 was
Hard to Kill was great. Mark for Death was great. Above the Law was great. He made some great movies in the late 80s and early 90s. He might
be a phony and a fraud.
I liked The Glimmer Man.
Oh, The Glimmer Man.
The best part of Under Siege is honestly the cake scene. You guys know the cake scene. Best part of the whole movie in Under Siege.
Yeah.
That might be a hot take, but
I like the part where Under Siege 2, where the guy punches him in the face and he goes, "Is that the best you got? If that's the best you got, I'm going to have to kill you." and then he did. Pretty good.
Girthy guitarist said Chris Hemsworth. What was that movie he did with Netflix? That should have been in theaters. I think that's where they've been.
That one was
movies.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the movie, but that one slipped over on Netflix, and those movies probably need to be in theaters. Like Chris Hemsworth probably could have been that guy that you could throw in as an Arnold type, whatever, like Arnold, Steven Seagal, Sly Stallone.
Extraction.
Yeah, Extraction. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I like
Dino's got it. Yeah.
All right.
And there's supposed to be another one coming, by the way, of Extraction. It's really taking a long time.
And I'm telling you, Terminal List, Dark Wolf, man, I've enjoyed that show. Have you guys seen
I liked
that?
it better. Hot take. I think I liked it better than Terminal List.
I did too, I think.
Yeah,
I think I agree with you, Risman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Argyle.
Dark Wolf.
Yeah, Cavill. See, Cavill's the other one. Cavill should have been a bigger star. But
Cavill,
for some reason,
Momoa, Alan Richardson. Yeah, I mean, there's several out there that could have jumped into that role,
but they never got to that Arnold level.
No.
Well, but also
hell, none of them even got to Stallone's level.
Well, but also remember, Arnold had a perfect storm of. I mean, no one can ever be another Arnold, right? Just because of how he came up, and yet again, and Stallone to an extent. I mean, watching Stallone now in Tulsa King, as much as I love Tulsa King, it's painful. He never could act, and now he can act less as an old guy. But I mean, he's still Sylvester Stallone, right? I mean, so I mean, I'm still loving him in Tulsa King.
Wait, you just said Sylvester Stallone was not a good actor?
He's not a good actor.
Did you ever see Cobra?
I did see Cobra.
That was great acting, son.
Oh, Lord help.
Stop or my mom will shoot.
All right, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But again, especially Schwarzenegger had a perfect storm. I love him, but he had a perfect storm of how he came up into, popular culture. No one could ever do that again. No one can ever do that again.
Yeah.
Tom, I don't like this Moff guy.
Oh, Tom.
Rocky is a great actor.
Horrible.
Get rid of this guy.
He's horrible. Stallone is horrible.
I know a guy who can replace him.
Horrible.
Well, look, we're actually winding it down, but we got to hit these last little topics. We don't worry, guys.
Did you get to Star Wars yet?
That's at the end. He put it at the end.
All right. That's what I.
So if we ran out of time, we wouldn't have to.
All
cover
right, so
it.
much for Star Wars shit.
He wanted to wait for John Graber and everyone else to leave, and he said, "I'm going to put it at the end this time."
Did you get to Star Wars yet? And what did you say after that, DA?
I said that's what I came on here for, to talk Star Wars.
Really? You're kidding, right?
We are a Star Wars channel, DA.
It's a Star Wars channel, man.
All right,
Look,
we'll get rid of that.
Why am I kicked out?
You booted
We
the
are a
wrong
Star
guy.
Wars channel,
Booted
DA.
me out. He's the one who's talking shit.
Oh my goodness. We just did an hour and 40 minutes of no Star Wars, and only John Graber one time said something about. Are we talking about Star Wars?
Bro,
Nobody else has said a word.
After 15 minutes, Coach. He hasn't been back.
It's a Star Wars channel, damn it.
It's been
Yeah,
gone.
no, we're an everything channel. All right, Star Wars most interesting spinoff movie may be in trouble after the latest update. That is, you guys saw it. James Mangold signed an agreement with Paramount, and it has since been disproven. Paramount has publicly said he can do whatever projects he had already lined up. That is not going to be a problem. End of story. There's nothing else to say there.
Yeah, right.
Does that mean that his movie is going to continue? Probably so. If it in fact does, who knows?
I think we'll get the Taika. I think we'll get the Taika movie first. Honestly,
if you were James Mangold and you signed an overall deal with Paramount where you get to make any pet project you want to make, whatever you want to do, you can make it. You have full creative control. It is your baby. Why in the world would you want to go and work for the dumpster fire that's Lucasfilm and make anything for them? Why would you want to do that? Anybody got a reason? Somebody. James Mangold is one of, in my opinion, again, look, aside from the Dial of Dysentery, James Mangold has made some great movies. Okay.
I agree.
He's made Ford versus Ferrari is one of my favorite movies that came out within the last. Phenomenal movie. Walk the Line, phenomenal movie. I like James Mangold. The two Wolverine movies, Logan, as well as The Wolverine, great movies. If I'm James Mangold, there's no way in the world I'm going to go mess around with Kathleen Kennedy at this point. I'm going to make the movies. I'm going to lock in on my Paramount deal. He's probably got movies he's been thinking of, dreaming of for the last 20 years that he would love to make. So I'm going to go make those movies. I'm going to tell Kathleen, bye-bye. That's what I would do. All right. Same thing with James Gunn and Swamp Thing. You know, these guys don't have their act together. So it's like, okay, why am I going to jump in and make any of these other movies when I have Paramount pretty much handing me the keys to do whatever it is I want to do over here with them?
Why would you even want to mess with Star Wars?
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said that by him getting this deal, that's the kiss of death for Dawn of the Jedi. That's my opinion.
Yeah. And the other kiss
Good.
of death
Everybody
might be
agrees. All right, cool. That was all I came to say. Everybody have a good night.
The other kiss of death might be the performance of the two movies that come out before it, if they even both come out.
Oh, well, we know they're both coming out, Coach. They're filming Starfighter now. If you don't think Starfighter's coming out, they're filming it. It's in production.
We're definitely getting those two.
All right.
Yeah, they had that. So do y'all like that concept of Mara Jade coming in?
It's not.
It ain't gonna be Mara Jade.
Are you? Do you know that for sure?
I know it for sure. It's not.
All right, cool. All right. So Amy Adams is playing some other.
Yeah, there's only one redhead in this galaxy. So dumb.
By the way, I don't mean that she's going to be a good character. I don't mean that it's going to make the movie
it's not
a
Mara
good
Jade.
movie. I just mean she's not Mara Jade. That's all I mean.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, I thought that would have been tragic. Just another character destroyed.
Well, yeah. All right. So next thing. Oh my goodness. The Mandalorian stole Obi-Wan's thunder as the big Star Wars splash for Disney Plus, says Ewan McGregor. He thought that
he is insane.
He can't get over it.
I don't have anything to say about it. I'm like,
bless him.
I don't even feel bad for him, man.
Bless him.
He thought Obi-Wan should have been the debut show. I mean,
he wasn't even really saying that so much as he was saying, okay, they were going to do their thing, but we're going to be the ones, right? We're going to be the ones that are really going to make this happen or whatever. And it was just not the way that it just didn't.
When you got the kid actress up on stage talking about how goofy the freaking trench coat scene was with her hiding in it like a Scooby-Doo episode, and everyone in the crowd's laughing, and he's like, "Oh, shut up! Don't talk about that." A little kid even understands how dumb that show was.
So bad.
I mean, Kenobi was god awful terrible. They should have never. And the thing is, you could bring in and me and Coach were talking about this, I think, on one of our videos we dropped last week, I think. You could bring in all the best actors, all the best directors, all the best producers, everybody. Throw all kinds of money at it. But when you have the stupid ass Lucasfilm story group and Dave Filoni, writing all this garbage, it doesn't matter on what they bring in, because their stories suck, and they can't write a good Star Wars to save their lives.
Well, I'm
Joby Harold for you.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with Nick, because there's a key Obi-Wan Kenobi Easter egg that's been found in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie trailer.
This is so bad.
There is a sign in Arabish right here. Arabish.
To the right. It's to the right.
It's right there.
No, it's to the right. It's
I
not
can't
that
even
sign.
see it.
It's to the right where the picture is. It's not that sign.
Wait, what is this?
Bro, that is it right there.
Okay.
And then
can you zoom in? I can't see it.
There it is right there.
Oh.
So this is in
not the sign they're talking about. It's okay. Keep going.
I thought one of those things says spice and the other one says the den.
Right, but the point is on the right is the Halcyon. The whole point of the article is on the upper right. They're advertising the closed Star Wars hotel.
Oh, the hotel. I heard somebody else talking about this last week, but I didn't look into it. So I don't know what's going on here.
I didn't get that at all. Anything about the Halcyon. It's an Easter egg about this bar called The Den that Obi-Wan went to, and the exact same sign is in The Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh my gosh. There's an Easter egg and there's some connectivity. And that was literally it. Everything that I read.
Well, Star Wars is back.
that was my joke.
Yeah.
Well,
Star Wars is back. There's connectivity.
There's two things then about that. Then the planet is Dayu, and apparently two things happened. One thing is the den is where he went, and he was trying to find Leia, and all that other kind of stuff. But also in that pillar on the right, you see what looks like a starship, and apparently it is the Halcyon. Somebody translated the Arabish on that, and it is the Halcyon Star Cruiser. And for some reason, they've chosen to put this in Mandalorian and Grogu.
I would say meaningless.
Why wouldn't they make it Nal Hutta? I mean, if the Hutts are in it, why would you go back to Dayu at all? I'm with you, Coach. It doesn't, why would you pay any deference at all to Dayu, the Halcyon, the Den, any of those things that happened, right? Why would you not do something that's more relevant to the story? It makes the whole universe feel so small, right? Already it feels small because you're taking something that should be on Disney Plus and you're putting it in the movie. So you're already overcoming that burden. Now he went back to Dayu for some reason, and we're revisiting Kenobi stuff for no. Everything I see about this makes me less and less interested in this movie.
That was kind of my point. Like I sit here and read this article and look at the Star Wars news, and I'm like, Tron might not be any good, but I'm way more excited to go watch that gamble of a film than anything Star Wars has coming.
I'm more excited to see Project Hail Mary when it comes out than I am Mandalorian and Grogu, right?
Yeah.
There is many other things coming from a sci-fi or just from a other standpoint. Everything I see about Mandalorian and Grogu, starting with that teaser and leading to all this other nonsense when people pick it apart, I'm like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
No, I'm right there with you.
Yep. Me too. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the agenda tonight. We have been going for 2 hours. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Debbie reminds us, don't forget about Wade.
Justice
Wade.
for Wade.
Justice for Wade.
I had so many tabs opened for all this tonight that when I tried to close it, my system just locked up. All right, there we go. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. Derek, tell everybody what you got going on.
And Derek had Michael Havens on this week.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Talked about that earlier.
Welcome to the show, Nick. We already discussed
you guys
that.
Talk about it at the beginning of the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
Everybody, if you haven't gone to watch that stream, it's about a 55 minute interview. Me and Michael Havens just chopping it up. Michael Havens is an awesome person. And I'm going to definitely take a lot of his advice to heart. And yeah, start looking into, my own convention. I'm gonna try to figure out how to get one put together, and so look for more information on that. Other than that, just the normal stuff. Doing the DA's office tomorrow at 8:00, where we'll be talking about some of these same topics, and then of course the nightcaps, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10. Although I don't know how we're gonna do this nightcap because I'm gonna have to watch the Thursday nightcap. We've got to finish up Peacemaker. This is the last episode of Peacemaker, but I'm also going to go see Tron Ares that same day. And then
everybody else is too, Derek. I mean, that's what happens.
So I got 2 things to watch on Thursday and do a live show. So wish me luck on that. But yeah, that should be a lot of fun. So thanks, Coach, for bringing me on. Always a pleasure. You guys have a good one.
Thank you, when you start your convention, you need to let Nick and I have a panel. And we will be on stage singing songs about why you subscribe to Disney Plus with banjos.
Yeah. Yeah. And Coach is going to be giving reviews of Mako mermaids.
Oh God!
On the same
Guaranteed.
panel.
There you go.
Oh my God!
Darth Maul's lower half with a member Chad. He says he attended a Star Wars con in England recently. It was cool to meet Diego Luna and Wes Chatham. But man, that was the wokest crowd I've ever met. Felt like being behind enemy lines. KK1. That's one of the look. I mean, I don't care. People in the U.S. hate on the South, and a lot of them have like. It's kind of like Alabama football fans. The majority of Alabama football fans have never even been to Tuscaloosa.
Mm.
Never been to a game. You know, they're just fans. My point is, a lot of people that are from the States love to hate on the South for whatever reason, because of, you know, syntax or whatever. They think we're stupid or something. I don't know. But
we don't read too well down here, guys. We don't talk very good.
That's
either.
not correct.
This is
Yes,
not
we
true,
do.
Mars Monkey Max.
Yeah.
No fighting. No fighting.
No fighting at my con.
No
for
fighting.
sure.
But what I was saying is, that's the good
People
thing
like to
about.
hate on the South.
No, what I'm saying is that's the good thing about ICC Con. It's in Nashville. It is in the South.
Yeah.
And it is a totally family oriented, you know, laid back, fun. Everybody gets along. Now, what Mars Monkey Max is talking about is one of those book nerds made a comment that he was going to embarrass me or something on a live stream. And I would love to see him try to do that. Because people will say crazy things behind a microphone or on a keyboard, but you won't come up and say it in my nose. I guarantee you. Or it might
It probably won't end well.
Probably going to be a bad day.
Yeah.
For somebody.
Yeah.
But I hope you do. I hope you do.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, I think just generally speaking, what you're saying is, as a damn Yankee myself, right? And Nick can support me on this. People who have an ill opinion of the South are people who've never spent any time in the South anywhere.
People that come here from the North love it.
Yeah, like when we moved here.
What is Huntsville full of, Nick? Huntsville.
Bunch
of people from the North that
IT,
moved here.
Yeah, it is huge tech city. It's like a mini Silicon Valley. But yeah, when we moved to Alabama from Chicago, like all my friends were like, man, they sleep with their sisters and don't wear shoes down there. And I'm like, what? I'm talking to my dad, like, what kind of place are you moving us to? You know? and I did not want to move to Alabama, but you know, when you move down here, it's not anything like the stupid stereotypes out there with people playing banjos. You know, of course, there's a Southern drawl down here. It's just, you know,
So
a thing,
what?
part of the South.
Yeah, but
you
that's
know?
just an
But,
accent.
It's an accent. It's an accent.
Yeah.
So what?
Northerners
New
sound funny
Yorkers
to me.
sound like New Yorkers sound like
New Yorkers,
you know?
Boston.
Yeah.
You remember when we went and stayed
California.
in Ohio, Nick, and your family was like just asking me to talk? They were like, just talk more. And
Just
I'm
talk.
like,
Yeah.
about what?
No,
And they just would sit there and watch me. Like, you know.
So Jedi Bunny, the YouTuber Jedi Bunny, who's part of the whole Geeks and Gamers crew and all them, when we were out in Vegas, she was like that. She just wanted to listen to me talk. You know, she loves my accent. You know, but people try to, like, you know, play that stereotype of, oh, they talk like that because they're dumb, you know, or something like that. Well, like the South is just full of like nothing but woods and, you know, four-wheelers and pickup trucks that are rusted, and you know, it's stupid.
Backwoods,
a lot of
ignorant
people out there.
You know what it is, Nick? It's backwoods, ignorant rednecks. That's the only thing that's down here in the South. You know what I mean? It's nobody has any sense at all.
Well, Florida's not part of the South. It's an extension of the North.
No,
well,
not
the main part, not the upper panhandle.
I was going to say, I beg to differ. Northeast Florida is the same as living in South Georgia. I'm here to tell you, it's not. It's not the same as what you're talking about.
I agree, 100%.
And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I love it.
Huntsville hates First Amendment YouTube auditors. The mayor banned them all from the government council buildings. I didn't know that. That's funny to me. And
I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. I don't care, but that's not cool. So,
I'll have to look at that because I watch a ton of First Amendment and Second Amendment YouTube auditors. I subscribe to a lot of them. I haven't seen one in Huntsville. I'll have to look into that. I did. One of them I watched though was in Decatur, Coach, and was at the Decatur PD.
Oh my goodness!
Office in there. Yeah. I commented about what a bunch of a-holes they are.
The PD?
Yeah. Decatur police?
Yeah.
Yeah. F those guys.
Not to me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're going into past history now.
Nick, you had drugs in your car.
Oh, here, I knew we were going somewhere.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about that.
I knew we were going into some history that we didn't need to be going back.
You're talking about Michael. He's a douche.
Yeah.
But Wesley
I literally
Swapsay?
had no, but
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, he's not PD there anymore.
I know some Decatur police officers that are good guys. What are we talking about? All right.
We shouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah,
I know. Nick started talking about Decatur police.
Whatever it is, we shouldn't be talking about.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. With all that being said, thanks for being here. We greatly appreciate you. We are calling it right there. We'll see you on the next one. Echo Base Network. That's right.
Echo Banjo Network out.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
You know what, Richmond?